Hi everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Just before we start this video, I'd just like to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, because we're I think over 1,000 now. So we're starting to form a little community, and this video is a little bit different to our usual videos. It's something that I'd like to share with you, because with horses, as we all know, there's ups and there's downs. And recently with our young horse Bella, she's rising 7, Lusitano mare, you've probably seen some of the videos. She started to have a problem with her canter, and she just couldn't pick up right canter. It was almost like the brakes went on, and she just found it really difficult to try and get going, and if she did get it, she didn't have a clear split behind. This affected mostly the right rein, but sometimes also affected the left rein as well. So it's all been a little bit of a kind of voyage of discovery, really. We had our vet check, well before that we had saddle checked, teeth checked, physio, all of those things. No one could really pinpoint anything as such. And then we had a vet check. It wasn't actually our usual vet. He asked us to come into clinic, and we had a lameness assessment with another vet, and it was, you know, a really quite lengthy assessment. Ridden, lunge, trot up, you know, all the usual things. They also x-rayed her back, because they said, well, we'll rule that out just in case. They couldn't find anything. They did say she was 1/10 lame, and it was quite interesting because mostly, as I say, the right canter's been the problem, but when we lunged her, she lunged really well to the left and cantered to the left okay. And then when we went to the right, you saw the problems. But the vet at that point said, oh, she's just being cheeky and naughty. And I said, well, no, that's what I'm having, that's the problems that I'm having. I don't think she's being cheeky at all. Anyway, she sort of put it to one side. I then had to ride her, which I really wanted to ride her because I wanted to show that that's when it happened mostly. And I rode her, and sort of could get left canter. It wasn't pretty, but right canter was, yeah, I got into it, but she was really, she was tense. She felt like she kind of wanted to buck, and that's not her at all. She's not like that. Anyway, the vet kind of said, well, I think it might be you. You're getting a bit tense about the right canter. And I was like, well, I've been riding her for 2 years, and when I first got her, canter wasn't a problem. So she understood my canter aids till then. So why now is she saying she doesn't understand? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. And I always think that you've got to listen to your horse, and you know your horse best, and this just wasn't feeling right. She felt tense, she felt like she was trying to tell us something. Anyway, I came away from that feeling quite deflated, and the vet was a little bit dismissive about everything. And I actually felt quite flat, because I thought, oh my God, perhaps it is me, perhaps I have caused this problem. I know that because I have multiple sclerosis and it's affected my left leg, I have foot drop, and my left leg is definitely weaker, without a doubt, and I fatigue quickly. And but I'm not having that problem on any of the other horses, which is really weird. But it sowed that seed, and I felt like, oh no, it's me, and perhaps I need to give up. And I'm sure some of you have probably been there as well, and it's not a nice feeling at all. That's kind of why I wanted to share the story a little bit, and then take you on the journey with us. So, yeah, we got a second opinion, and I was thinking, God, if he doesn't find anything, this really is me. Anyway, I didn't even need to ride her, because the trot up and the lunge, and just an initial assessment, he could see that she was struggling with canter, and that the left stifle was slightly more filled with fluid, and he decided to x-ray that day, and it actually did show up that both stifles had slight OCD, and also the left one was a little bit worse, and he said that the best thing we could do would be to bring her in and do a nerve block and see if there was any improvement. If there was improvement, then we were kind of in the right ballpark, and then suggesting that we have an arthroscopy. So that's the road we're going to go down, and I want to take you on that journey with us so that you can see how it all progresses. I mean, I don't know at this stage how it's going to go or what they're going to find when they get in there, but I just think it's something that's quite useful to share with everyone, because I'm sure lots of you have been here or maybe even going through it right now, and that self-doubt and that feeling that you aren't good enough and that you may have caused it. And actually I think you have to, you know your horse well enough, you have to kind of stick to that self-belief a little bit, but it's very easy to get chipped away at and kind of think, well, you know, it is you. So anyway, she's going to go for that today. She's having her shoes off and a little massage, and yeah, and I'm just going to take you along on that journey and we'll see how we get on. So here's a little video of Bella and the canter, and this was just when she started to find it really hard. You can see her struggling to try and get into canter. There isn't a clear split behind. The legs should be sort of almost like scissors, really clearly opening, but they're really not. And yeah, she was trying, bless her, but you could just feel that it just wasn't happening. So this is when I called the vet. So Bella is home now after the surgery. It all went well. I'll show you the incisions. So this is a near hind stifle, and then you can see that she's had all her hair shaved off so they can clean the area, see what they're doing. So the left stifle was slightly worse. And they found that the meniscus ligament is damaged. So we now need to find out what that means for Bella. But she's now on 2 weeks box rest, and then they'll come and take the stitches out. And then we go from there. 2 weeks box rest actually, and then 2 weeks walking in hand. So she does 10 minutes AM, 10 minutes PM, and then just increasing it. And now we've just got to find things to keep her amused. So Louise has given her a lovely groom. I think we need some Swedes to play with. Vegetables.
One of those treat balls where you put the hay in and put the treats inside the hay and the balls.
She looks like she's enjoying that though.
She is. She keeps telling me she wants to sit down. Where is it?
So yeah, we'll keep you updated. So we are day 5 of box rest. She's doing really well actually. I think she might be a bit more bored. But we have been coming in and playing and grooming, and she loves this brush. And I just give her a little groom and she just tells me where she wants me to brush her, but she seems to really particularly like it round her shoulders. And then she sort of turns herself around and puts her bum in my face, and then I have to scratch her bottom. I think they're doing very well, aren't you, Bella? She's being very patient. So yeah, day 5, and she's got 14 days in the box, so it is early days yet. But hopefully she's going to be okay. We still haven't had the report back from the vet as such, so we don't exactly know what we're dealing with yet, but we should know more hopefully this week. Now I've just heard Hugo, my dog, in the background. I'll show you. He's very jealous. I don't know if you can. Where is he? Looking over the door. There he is. He doesn't like it when we spend too much time with Bella, because he's getting left out, aren't you? But you've got to let your sister have some time. Yes, Bella's going to have some time now. It's a good job that Bella doesn't worry about him. You can see she's watching him and he's watching her. Shush! I I know, we know you're there. It's a good job that Bella doesn't get scared by him. She's coming back round to the camera now. He's not interested in her. Make a nice rub. So today's been really interesting because we had Bella's stitches out this morning, and it's all looking really good, so we're very happy about that. We can now start the walking. So we need to do 10 minutes AM, 10 minutes PM, which could be a little bit exciting because she has been in the box for 2 weeks now, so 2 weeks in a day actually. So we'll have to see how that goes. We may have to give her a little bit of settling just to kind of start the process until she gets used to it. We can do a bit of in-hand grazing as well, so that'll be brilliant, and the vet wants us to kind of increase that 20 minutes reasonably quickly, and eventually we can do 20 minutes in one go if we want to. Quite interesting because we didn't know that much about, well obviously we knew that there was OCD in the stifles and needed to be cleaned out, so that was the arthroscopy. But when they got in there, the left one was slightly more of a problem because the meniscus ligament slightly thickened, in layman's terms. You know, so what they're saying is she may well have damaged that somehow at some point. They're not 100% sure how that's happened, and because of the way the meniscus ligament kind of sits, there's a part of it that you can't really see, so they don't know how damaged that is further in, so we're going to have to sort of again play that by ear. In a couple of weeks time they're going to come back after we've done our walking, and they're going to look at medicating those areas, and she is going to need her SI, her sacroiliac, medicated as well, because that's obviously going to be sore from everything that's been going on. Yeah, so it doesn't sound too bad. I'm hoping that we're kind of going to make a full recovery. It's a little bit difficult to tell until we really start kind of getting into it, and of course everything's got to take its time, and we'll only know when we kind of get to the point where we start to ask for canter again, I guess. It all sounds quite positive. But yeah, the left stifle, right stifle wasn't really too much of a problem, but the left stifle was definitely more of an issue. She's going to start some INDIBA treatment, which I'll also video that when she's having that tomorrow morning. So I'm going to video that for you just to show you what that's all about. It's to help increase the blood flow to the area, which promotes healing. So I kind of thought I'd try and throw everything I could at trying to, make her better. But yeah, she's been really good, and done our first walk in hand with a little bit of sedation. And yeah, let's just hope now that the weather kind of cheers up a little bit for us, because that's going to help a lot. It's not going to be easy if we're trying to walk her in high winds and stuff, but we just have to cross that bridge when it comes to it. But so far so good. Bella's had her stitches out now. We've done a little bit of walking in hand in the yard because it's enclosed, and then today we've brought her outside for the first time, and it's a lovely day, and let's hope the weather stays like this, because maybe we're in spring nearly, eh? But yeah, we've got to do this now, so we need to walk her 10 minutes AM, 10 minutes PM, and we've just got to keep trying to increase it. She seems okay so far. Today Bella is having her first INDIBA treatment with Helen and Philo, and I thought I'd just get Helen to explain a little bit what the INDIBA treatment involves. So could you just tell us a little bit about how INDIBA works?
Yeah, so INDIBA uses radio frequency, 448 kilohertz, and it has biostimulatory effects. So in this case we're using it, Bella's had arthroscopy to both stifles and we suspect sacroiliac issues, so we're using that to increase blood flow, to promote healing following the surgery and to help improve her joint health. Therefore hopefully improve range of motion.
And how many treatments do you think she sort of needs? A couple a week?
Yeah, so I think twice weekly initially, then we'll go down to weekly.
Yeah.
And then hopefully get her onto a maintenance programme going forward while you bring her back into full work. And
then would that be something that she would need sort of long term? Would it be something?
Potentially, yeah. I have lots of horses I treat with joint issues. I treat monthly, and it just really helps maintain them and keep them on top form, really, particularly performance horses like her.
Yeah. It's now week 3 after Bella's arthroscopy. Everything's going really well. She's had an INDIBA treatment this morning, and she's going to have a few more of those. We're still going to continue walking in hand for another week or so, and what we'll do is we'll make a part 2 of this video so that you can follow us on the rehab journey. If any of you have had any problems with your horses and you're maybe going through something similar, it'd be really interesting to leave a comment in the box below and just kind of tell us what your story is as well. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.